what's happening, Peter? You're getting so serious. And I was like, yeah, I'm growing up. I'm no longer 19. I'm 23, 24. I'm growing up, I got to be more serious. That is that is a wrong way to look at life. Now with 28, I see that. Don't be serious. Do things with ease. I don't feel like I have everything riding on this, and there's no like, oh my God, this is the moment that will change my life. Although those moments exist. My parents told me, you got to choose your university. You got to, depending on what you make now, this choice will impact the rest of your life. And it's funny that, and people knew what they were going to study, knew what they were going to do. And I was just there like, I got no clue where I want to study, let alone what. I was like, I want to do psychology. I want to do filmmaking. And then I was like, ended up doing informatics, like computer science. You can have a vision of what you want your life to look like, and you can make plans, but you need to have fun along the way. You need to have fun along the way, and that's what I've been doing very well. I've had a lot of fun for a long time, and then at some point I just kind of switched it to, hey, you know what, life, I've had so much fun. Now it's time for me to stop having fun and take life seriously. That is unnecessary. Because the question, why are we here? I've seen on Reddit a person ask like, he said like, I figured it out. We're here to be punished. We're all here on this earth as a punishment. And I saw that and I was like, whoa, dude. Like, I see that certain people, how they can feel like this world can be a punishment. And at certain points, I also felt like, holy shit, why the fuck are we here? And we're here to enjoy. We're here to have fun and to enjoy and to learn some things along the way. To accept ourselves the way that we are. We are imperfect. Yet, on social media, we're going to see people and compare ourselves with them and be like, oh my God, this is a perfect person that has a perfect life, and here I am, and my life is shit. But the way that this works is we look up, but we don't look down. In a sense that I see the better people that have more, that are doing better, but I don't see the people that have less and that don't have what I have, that will give their life or anything to just have what I have. I've moved from Serbia to Vienna, and just that is a huge step that my grandparents couldn't even think of. We live in an age where travel is possible. We take so many things for granted. I've had this talk with a friend of mine, and he has a wife, and she is pregnant with their first child, and has a dog. And then we were talking about how he has another friend who is traveling the world. He's going to Australia. He's going to America, everywhere. He's traveled Europe. He's been to all these places. And he's just living the life. And so he looks at him and he's like, wow, man, this guy's living the life. I've not had the chance to travel that much. And then he talks to that friend, and that friend is, man, all that I want is a family like you have. Family, a dog, a nice job. And that's the thing that gets us, the comparison with others. We're not supposed to be comparing ourselves to others, let alone so many people now with the internet. We have the chance to compare ourselves with anybody in the world that is online. But we don't, like, if you want to compare yourself with anybody, compare yourself with the person, with yourself, the person that you want to be. Like yourself in, if you, the same body, the same face, same everything, reached your highest potential, compare yourself to that and actually visualize what that looks like. Because then you're going to see and be like, okay, that's actually what I want to do. I don't think we're here to be punished. I think we're here to enjoy. I think we chose to be here. Even if we didn't, we're here. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. We're here and we should make the best of it. And that means doing what you like doing. You know, not being stuck at a 9 to 5 and living someone else's dream, which is the sad reality of how most people are. And it's a very easy thing to get into because that's what we've been taught. We've been taught to, go to school, go to university, get a job, then work until you have a pension and you have your vacation days and you use those and have fun every now and then. Or my grandma told me, and I found that very interesting now. It is when I was in fucking elementary school, she would tell me, you gotta enjoy the elementary school. These are the best days of your life. Then I went to, elementary school and I enjoyed it. I was like, oh my God, I gotta make the best out of it. I have no responsibilities now. Now is the time. Then I went to high school and she was like, hey, high school, this is it. These are the best days of your life. You gotta enjoy high school. So I enjoyed high school, man. I, paid attention in class a bit, but I enjoyed the time. I did what I wanted to do. I've had this feeling of this is fleeting. This moment needs to be remembered. And then I went to university and my grandma was like, hey, I told you this was your best years of your life before, but now I really mean it. Going to university are the best years of your life. Make sure you make the best of it. And I was like, okay, I understand, Grandma. Thank you. So I went to university and I made the best of it. Now I had to work, I had to do other things, but even through that, I had like an idea of why I was doing it. And then at some point, I lost track of why I was doing it. I just got into this habit, into this thing that I would be doing. And it became my life. And I became not present in this moment. I forgot I was just in a machine, like a machine. It took a spiritual awakening to shake me up and to make me realize that I shouldn't be in a machine. And I'm not a machine, I'm a human. And I have these emotions and I am imperfect and life is not there to be taken seriously. And then I would go back home and my grandma would be like, you've gotten serious, Peter. Why did you get so serious? And I was like, I'm just growing up, Grandma. That's what I'm supposed to do. It's not what I'm supposed to do. It's a trap. I'm supposed to be like a kid again, just doing what I like doing, going in the nature, looking at butterflies, being excited about everything that this world has to offer. My girlfriend and I started looking for a place to buy outside of Vienna. So we live in Vienna and we're looking on the outskirts, like somewhere like, let's say 1 hour away. So we found a place and we visited it yesterday. And it was like a small village type of thing. It has nothing, it has one store where you can buy groceries. It has one place where you can drink coffee, eat pizza, police station. I don't know if it has a school. Maybe the school is in the bigger city next to it. And then we drove back to Vienna and entering this big city. I was like, whoa, it's so big. So many things are going on here. And we take it for granted. We don't go out to drink coffee and to make use of this big city and everything that this city has to offer. We as humans really get easily used to the good things and keep wanting more and more and more. Like we keep lifting that threshold of what we need to be happy. And at some point, you're like, okay, I have to be serious in order to get to this next threshold. And you get to that next threshold and you're like, okay, now I have to keep going because I'm on the right path to keep getting more and more. And you take yourself so seriously. You want to be respected. You're there like, you can't say anything bad about me or to me. Like, I'm professional in my field. Never turning around thinking that, oh my God, I actually know nothing. The less serious I take myself, the more I find myself enjoying. The less serious I am, the more joy I find in this world. In doing anything, when there's no pressure of me having to prove myself to anyone or anything. Like, when I say prove myself to anyone, it means prove myself to me. We all think that we're in the center of attention, that we have the spotlight on us, but the truth is everybody's just concerned about themselves. And yet we go around in this world being scared of what others might think. We take ourselves too seriously. We take this life too seriously. We're here to let go, to accept that we're here and to exist, to be present, to smile, to enjoy the beauty and chaos of this life, to enjoy everything, that all these emotions, from happiness to sadness, all of these things are beautiful. And we have each other to connect with and to be with and to get to know with. Not to compare and to be like, oh, you have it better. No, you're unique, I'm unique, yet all of us, we're one. We are part of something much greater, and we're all unique. And there's no competition and no need for me to prove myself to you or you to prove myself to me. I love you for who you are and you love me for who I am. And we're both imperfect. I want to be who I was when I was a kid. Just going out in the morning, just going to a park, complete adventure every day, coming back home, sometimes bruised up, sometimes bloody, sometimes with a broken arm, sometimes, most of the time, good, And whatever happened, I was okay with it, My parents were I had a great childhood, man. And I have a great life. And I'm almost certain you have a great life too. All these things that go around in our minds are in our minds. And once you stop taking your mind so seriously and take it for what it is, it's a thought. Is it really real? Probably not. Chances are it's not. Chances are it's over dramatic, over exaggerated. So just like, hey, why am I so serious? Why do I care about this so much? Let me take a look at the bigger picture. And if you need to zoom out more and more and more, you will see that, holy shit, none of this should be taken so seriously. We just gotta live our lives, man. And let others live theirs. So I finish my university and I go back to my grandma and I'm like, okay, grandma, I finished my university. You can't possibly tell me that now is gonna be the best years of my life. And she says, why not? Think about it. You're now gonna have all the money and the freedom to afford all the things you've ever wanted to do. And I said, let me guess, grandma, even when I'm at your age, it's gonna be the best years of my life. And she said, yes, these are the best years of my life. I have all the time in the world. And come to think of it, elementary school was the best years of my life. High school was the best years of my life. Every year of my life is a year that is here now and gone the next moment. And just because of that, every year is the best year. It's the best year that I'm going to get. Some people can have it better, some people can have it worse, but this is how I have it. And for me, it's the best I'm ever going to have.